Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. In the past, I've always mentioned quilting stitch patterns and I've given you a few suggestions. And so those patterns could look like this here. But I'm going to show you how to just change it up a little and how to combine some of these patterns into one project. This is a toaster cover I made many years ago, and it has an ocean theme to it. So I use a lot of different fabrics on this, but they're all the same color, but just different prints. So up here I have seashells, down here seahorses. Then on the gusset, that's the piece that goes along the side, I have the same color but with polka dots on it. Now I've turned this to where the back side is out because I wanted you to see the quilt stitch patterns. On the front section, I used the serpentine stitch, and normally I don't have my rows of stitching this close together, but like I said, I wanted to do it a little different. So I have my rows much closer together. They're usually about 3 inches apart. These are about 1 1/4 inches apart, and they're on a diagonal. So I first went across one way, turned my fabric, and then went across in the other direction. And it's the same on the back side. But let's look at the gusset. On the gusset, all I did was the serpentine stitch going at a diagonal, but I don't have anything crisscrossing, and it's like this all the way around the gusset. Now on this toaster cover, I'm not using 3 different fabrics. Well, you could say I did with this little piece up here, but for the most part, this has just your black background floral print and then white background with black polka dots. And on here again, I did the serpentine stitch. Now I'm going to turn it backside out. Now you can see I did it much wider. It's twice the distance that what I had before. And again, I did this crisscross pattern on a diagonal. Now on the gusset, I did straight lines going up along the side, over the top, all the way down to the other side. And then I went in this other direction of side to side. If you're a beginner at quilting stitches, I usually recommend you just use matching thread on your main pieces of fabric. That way, if your pattern isn't turning out so great, it's not going to be as noticeable. But as you get better, you may want the pattern to show. For instance, on this yellow fabric here, I used black thread because I wanted it to show. But on the side, on the gusset part, I used yellow thread. Now it doesn't show up a lot, but it will help the pattern show up a little better than if I just used black fabric. Here is some fabric I just recently bought, and this type of pattern I love. And you used to see more of this type of fabric coming out, I'd say 20 years ago. I used to see it a lot, where it just makes a quilt really quick to make because all of the print looks like you've pieced all of this together when you haven't. So this is a quilt I'm eventually going to make for my living room. I want to make a little lap quilt. Now I want to put a border on it because I want it just to be a little bit wider than my fabric. My fabric is 44 inches wide. I'm probably going to make it 50 inches wide, so therefore I'll add a narrow border. Now there's a couple of choices. It depends on how you want your border to help you pull out certain colors. In other words, I'm a big fan of yellow. I really like this yellow. If I had this checked yellow fabric, I would probably use it. But here's a color, but I don't have enough of it. But this brown background, let's see, let's go over here. This brown print right there would also look really good to have a very dark color on the outer edges of this quilt. So before you just start whipping out all these crazy little patterns, draw it out first. So here would be my main piece of fabric, and then out here would be the border. So to put on a basic border, here would be your stitching order. You would measure this part of your quilt on the 2 longest edges. Then add maybe a 1/2 inch to 1 inch more than what you need. Center that strip on your edges and then stitch a 1/4 inch seam. Then press it on the back side of the seam and then unfold it and press the border out away from the center of your quilt. Then take a ruler and line it up on the edge here and trim this so that it's equal to this. It's the same all the way across. Then once you got them stitched on, then you would measure this length, cut a piece of fabric, or cut 2 pieces of fabric that are a little bit longer, stitch them on, press, and then trim your edges. That's the easiest and quickest way to put on a border. Let's say you want 2 borders. You want a narrow border first and then a wider border next. So your stitching order is the same. For the narrow border, cut your strips for these 2 edges here, then the 2 ends. Then measure, cut strips here, stitch them on, measure, and do your last 2 pieces. So if I was going to make this quilt, here is one idea that I have going on in my head. On the border, I would use straight lines, and then I would use serpentine stitch in here. Or you could do just the opposite. Serpentine stitch, straight lines. You can have just one row of just your rows of stitching going on a diagonal and not do a crisscross pattern, or you could do a crisscross pattern. Now when you're working on something this large, it's very important you use a walking foot. If you don't use your walking foot, I guarantee you're going to have major issues with fabric stretching, tucks appearing. You're just not going to be happy. If you don't have one of these, you can get this at sewingpartsonline.com. Here is a little sampler piece that I put together, and I've used different stitches all over this. Now, this was meant to be a pillow. I wouldn't do all of this stitching if it was on a large quilt. I mean, it would just, unless you're a glutton for punishment, I just wouldn't do it. So we're going to look closely at it so you can see what I've done. In the center, I've actually done applique stitches on all the seams. So these are applique stitches. You might have these or you might have others. And so it just adds more of a type of stitching that people would do on crazy quilts. Everything is just kind of going all over the place. But on this border right here, I used one of my really large stitching patterns, and so I'm going to show you what it is. So I put this stitching pattern on there. Now, not all of your sewing machines are going to have this. You're going to have to really go up quite a few levels in pricing in order to get something like this. So my Baby Lock Crescendo and Baby Lock Solaris does the big stitches like this. There's also another one here. Then you also have some that are not quite that big that you could use on a narrow border. So that's what I used out in here, and then applique stitches in the smaller pieces. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week, and I also hope that you try doing some of these patterns. Remember, if you've never done quilting stitches, start with some old scrap fabric, cotton batting underneath, and just practice some of these stitches. You can also change the length and the width of some of your stitches to give it a different look. Now, if you're interested in other beginner sewing projects, I have quite a few. I have over 1,000 tutorials. So scroll down to the description section of this video below the YouTube screen, and you'll see that description section. You'll also see the word more. Click on that and it will expand open, and you will see other links pertaining to the projects that I've talked about. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.